Hello, my name is James Coppola, and I have an amazing friend with me, a leader, a coach, a mentor, SDG champion, PhD guru. The CV is full. Like, I think his CV currently is about 50 pages. You can't imagine maybe what it will look like in a year's time. And I would like you to hear from the horse's mouth. So, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, James. My name is Adebiyi. I don't know what he's speaking about, but I'm just simply a PhD candidate here at Indiana University and also the Director of International Partnership for SDGs AI and SDGs of Africa. And I decided to share my thoughts, and yeah, thanks for the opportunity, James.
Thank you too for this privilege. So I've known Mr. Kehinde since my undergrad, and when I was doing my first SDG program while I was in University of Ilorin, the Better by Far University in Nigeria, right? I reached out to him to get to know how he has been able to do things that he was able to accomplish while on campus, carrying out advocacy on SDGs. And I remember then his best SDG was 17. I don't know, does that still stand, or you still go for every SDG?
Yeah, you're correct. SDG 17 still stands. Obviously, as a scientist, I am more inclined to SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, because I'm a microbiologist, and also SDG 4, which is quality education, because I'm an academic. However, the reason why I chose SDG 17 is I recognize that there was a problem. Most people do not know about the SDGs. And I know that I have a role to play in bringing everyone together. So SDG 17 is partnership for the goals. So while I do my project on SDG 3 and SDG 4, which is good health and quality education, I've played a pivotal role over the years in raising different advocates in different parts of the SDGs. For example, someone like yourself, right? I remember the first time we met, where I had to explain how the SDG works for you, and the likes of Victoria Shaka, and so many other very, very interesting persons that are now doing crazy stuff in different parts of the SDGs. So while I'm proud of what I've achieved on SDG 3, good health, and what I've achieved on SDG 4, quality education, I am most proud of what I've achieved on SDG 17. That is my ability to raise people to do their respective goals.
I think that for me it's very, very important, because you can go just a mile by yourself, but you can go extra mile. I mean, you can achieve more with more people on board, and that is you're able to pull resources together, and you are no longer operating at the level of energy, but creating a synergy that advances the results that you want to achieve in a shorter period. I would like to ask you a next question, and the question is, how was your journey like? Were you born with a silver spoon? Did you can you just walk us through that journey, and what really inspires you to do what you do?
Yeah, I'll answer your question, but maybe to address the sentiment of whether I was born with a silver spoon or not. Obviously, no. But I also think that why that matters, it also doesn't matter, because I like to think that to say that because somebody is privileged means that they don't have grit is wrong. I think people that are born with silver spoon also face life challenges, and they have to decide on what they want to be.
That's true.
But to answer my own question, yes, I was not. Oh my God, I was born in a ghetto area in Lagos, a suburban.
Where in Lagos though? I was raised in Lagos.
In Bariga local government.
Wow, so I was raised under Lagos mainland. However, it's in Abule Ijesha, not too far away from Abule Oja.
Yeah, I know those places because they are close to Falag.
But now it's developed.
It's very developed. But
there are more students in the environment who don't know what the history of the community they are in is all about.
I agree with you, but then but I think for me, my parents, I had a very loving parents. I like to say this, why they might not be the best financially at the time, but they gave me love. I have a twin brother,
education,
and even the best of education is tricky, right? Because I went to public school all through, where the education have a lot of challenges.
I can attest to that.
But I would say that my parents pushed me, that irrespective of your circumstances, I can be a product of my decision. So I was raised to study almost every day. The Bonnie Night Candle for me was not just a cliche, it was my reality every day, every day. So I did that for years, and I think my parents, though are not learned, I'm a first generation student, But for reasons I cannot explain, my mom and dad value the power of education. We are those type of students that, when school just resumed the first week, obviously nothing goes on. Nobody comes to school. Nah, my mom will want you to go. Those times when there's heavy downpour, rainfall, my mom will obviously not put us in rain, but either find a little tricycle, they call this Kehinde, and rather use a last car to make sure we go. But living on this mantra that there's no reason why there will be officially school and you will mix it, right? And that consistency, that discipline really shapes me and my brother's life, that we study every day, I mean literally every day. And then we went to public school, did my WAEC, and I got into university. I went to Lagos State University. My brother got into University of Lagos. Those grits, the consistency to push against the odds. I never knew that for some persons maybe life can be smooth or something. I've always seen life as a road of challenges, and it's my duty to overcome it.
Life's like a bicycle.
Yeah, that's where I've always
to get it balanced.
Yeah, at least that's what my background told me the way it is. So even sometimes when I start doing stuff that's without challenges, I'd be like, I'm actually I'm doing the right thing. But again,
you've paid the price.
So yeah, you might be right. But the point is that, like, yes, my foundation was shaped with a lot of circumstances and challenges, but through parents, mentorship, grit, consistency, and discipline, and all crowned by God's grace, I am here where I am today. And I still have a long way to go, but I like to think I've also come really far.
Well, thank you so much for that journey. So my next question, I want to ask you about how you were able to balance things together. I remember when you were an undergrad, how you were able to carry out these campaigns. Let's say, for example, students who are currently in their first degree and they are thinking, I am a medical student, so I cannot bring up any social impact training and all of that. That was like the kind of belief they had on my own campus there. But I think it has changed due to other people who prove that it's possible to live a balanced life. So how are you able to balance as a student back then, different from being a student now? At least you've grown up and then you have more ability to decide. As a student back then, how are you able to balance things together?
I tend to push the idea of priorities. I think for any student in undergrad, even grad school, your first priority is your academic responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I might come off as someone that do not believe in that, but I do. So despite everything I did in undergrad, I did a lot. Oh my God, I did a lot.
Yes,
but I not at the detriment of my academics. So it's a matter of threshold. Look at yourself. Firstly, how are you doing academically? You want to get your balance. I didn't do any of this volunteering all through my first year, even not until the second semester of my second year. Well, okay, I think my grade is good. I think I have a hang of how the school system work. Then I started with one volunteering, then 2, 3 volunteering. I did a lot of things. But the point is, you must lay the bedrock of your academic proficiency. Nothing should come against that. And even in instances where I'm getting involved in too much other things, know what to let go, because nothing should come at the detriment of your academic commitment. Now, that being said, I also believe that being an academic student alone will not prepare you for the world of today. So why academic takes 60-70% of your time? Because it's very important. You need these extra skills, extracurricular activities, and rather than you just wanting to volunteer because everybody's saying webinars, say I need this for my CV. No, you should recognize a passion. What are you passionate about? Now look for a system. Is there an association on campus that echo your passion? Are you passionate about public speaking? Join the debate group on campus. Are you passionate about a clean environment? Join the climate change group on campus or the environmental group. And if what you're passionate about,
If you are still watching, don't forget to like and subscribe.
It's fine. We're back from a little break. If you guys
yes, welcome back from our break.
Yeah. But I was just trying to reiterate on the fact that people need to commit their time to, more. Firstly, to the academic engagement. Then secondly, they need to have extracurricular activities. But perhaps the point I was trying to make then was that if you think that you're passionate about something, just go for it. There's so many associations on campus. But in the instance where what you're passionate about seems to be non-existent, you can create one. I did. I saw the SDGs, I became passionate about them, but there was no club about the SDGs, and I became the first founder of an SDGs on campus, which eventually went over all the countries, most campuses in the country, right? So, but ensure you do something. You will learn a lot of skill sets, soft skills, team building, public speaking, interpersonal relationship, etc., etc., and you'll be surprised with how far you can go. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for that. So my next question would be like for someone who is done with undergrad program and is looking forward to going for a grad program, let's say somewhere outside of Nigeria or Africa, Obodo Imbo, as people say, like we are currently. And what advice would you give that person?
Start small. I always tell you.
You say start small. Hey, can you walk us through the paths?
Yeah. I'm happy to start small. You just don't travel suddenly. You want to start with understanding what is your core goal. You are studying this particular course in the university. Does it align with your future goal? So define your goal. Then start small. When I mean start small, have those good grades. In the instances when you've graduated and your grade is not the best, how can you make it up? Do you want to take some online certifications? Do you want to do professional courses? Do you want to write and publish some articles? Divide that big goal of traveling to the US, to the UK to pursue your dream. Divide them into beats and start achieving the beats and start connecting the dots. Now, once you do that, you also want mentorship. Through mentorship, you see that there are some schools you need to research about. By researching about those schools, then you want to then know that you need to learn about how to apply. From learning how to apply, you need to prepare your documentation, vis-a-vis SOPs, personal statements, curriculum vitae, all of those things. So, but because this goal can be so big that it seems so impossible to correct. Like when you relate to your current status, you're someone that maybe still struggling to afford what you want to eat in a day, and be like, how will I even apply for this? Don't worry about it at this stage, because you still have a lot of work to do. Defining your goals, building your profile before you necessarily even have to get to the application phase. So start bit by bit and things connect. For a fact they do.
Yes, don't waste time thinking about the challenges. Think ahead, move forward, right? Like you said. And for anyone interested in US, there is Education USA across Nigeria. In fact, in recent times, they've opened new centers in Ibadan and Ogun State, right? So during my NYSC, I volunteered in Jos. I joined the space in Jos. So if you're in Lagos, I see no reason why you should join the Kejab campus or the one they have in Lekki, or if you're in Ogun State, just look for Education USA Nigeria, Education USA in your city and all of that, and go there and learn and get yourself resources that you need, because there are over 1,000, if not more than 3,000 institutions in the United States that you can go and learn from.
Actually, about 4,000 is a lot.
So you have a lot, so you can't exhaust it. And how many do you want to apply for? So my next question would be in the aspect of relationship, network, and how that has helped you grow career-wise. So, there's this common saying like your network is your net worth and your net worth is your network. Like, can you just align that? How does that help your career progression?
Obviously, relationship is everything. One popular TED talk I saw speaking about there are two types of currency, the merit currency and the relationship currency. And those are not my words, but from a TED talk, I've forgotten the speaker now. And it's correct. It encapsulates a lot of things. I think when we talk about relationship, firstly, have value. You should not have a relationship of just one thing to get and get and get. What value do you bring? It doesn't matter how big the person is above you. So when you have a value to the table, so the relationship is more dynamic. You want to be able to position yourself that is what you have. And not that you are in for a transactional relationship, but because also you are valuable. There are two different things. Relationship is good. Learn to connect with people that share your dreams, that share your goals, and people that may not even share your goals or dreams, and they are just more versatile in other things than you are. So these are things I think you should try to learn and do. The other thing I would say is that when you are building relationship, it's something I'm also still learning to do. Try to keep up. You don't want to reach out to people only when you need them. I'm also not the best at this, but it can be difficult. But at the long run, after merit might have taken you so far to a certain point, some major breakthrough happens through people. They have to advocate for you and make some cases for you actually. So, but it's a beautiful skill set you have to learn. You may say you are not the best speaker, then you are now in the age of social media. You can be a good writer. You can craft good messages to people and engage with them. Maybe you're not the best at maybe interfacing verbally, right? And all of those things. But yeah, obviously, relationship will never die, no matter the generation or the kind of age you might be. It will always remain a valuable resource and backbone for success.
So to our fellow youth who want to access global opportunities but they don't even know how to start, like what would you do if you had to start again today?
I don't think I would have done anything differently, because I think to a large extent I failed at first and eventually got it right. And how did I get it right? Mentorship. Just like you did, you reached out to me. Just like I also reached out to some other people. Mentorship. Reach out to people, learn.
It shortens your journey.
It helps a lot. You won't repeat some mistakes and they know better. Obviously, that doesn't mean that you want your mentor to do everything for you. You have to also do research.
Definitely not.
To take your own innovation and take charge of it. And I think you'll be fine. And I wish you all the very, very best. And it's been an honor saying this with you, but over to you. I know it's not my position to end this, right?
All right. Thank you very much. We have just one last question before we go. And the last question will be motivation or discipline. Which one would you go for and why?
Motivation or discipline? I don't like to be asked a question that I think individuals should have both, because I feel like your discipline is fueled by motivation. They are not two different things. Why are you disciplined? Let's start the question. Well, what are you disciplined about? It's because you are motivated to do something. A typical example, I'm motivated to have a good body, so I'm disciplined going to the gym. The art of going to the gym daily is discipline. So don't choose. Have both. I'm changing this question.
All right.
So have both. It's very, very important.
Oh, thank you so much, our viewers. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to more. And we hope next time when we invite you to speak on this show, you would accept our invitation.
Yeah, I'm happy. Even though we have to make it work. You see, there's nobody videoing us.
Yeah. Don't worry. Next time we'll be in our studio. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.